Good evening, good afternoon, good day, depending on where you are in the world. Happy Sunday, and welcome to Carrier Training. That's right, we're getting ready for the release of the DC Designs F-14 this coming Thursday. So what better way to do it than to train for some carrier ops? Hope you're all doing well. It is Sunday, it is the end of the weekend, we're getting ready for the work week, but that doesn't mean we can't have some fun. We had a raid from Jay Whitaker already, so welcome to all of you that came from there. We have Kingsman in from Liverpool. Abnormal34 is here. Good to see you all. Hope you're all doing well. We're starting here at NAS Naval Air Station, Pensacola. We're going to be flying down to the coast, make a landing at MacDill Air Force Base near Tampa. From there, we're going to be heading to Naval Air Station Key West, where there is located an aircraft carrier for us to use. And from there, after we do some practice runs on the hard deck simulations carrier add-on, we'll be heading up the east coast of Florida all the way to Jacksonville. So I hope you've got your flight suits on, your helmets ready to go, and your fingers are frosty for some carrier action. Time to buzz the tower in there. Indeed. So you might be asking, well, Colonel, what are we flying? Well, I'm glad you asked what we're flying. We're flying the India Fox Echo T-45C Goshawk from India Fox Echo, I should say. We're in the awesome retro throwback livery with the old school pre-World War II roundels on the wings. And it just looks amazing. Is it there? Yes. So yeah, I can't see much with the tinted, and this thing is killing my head. The headphones don't fit under here properly, so it's really weird. And it's really warm. But it's all for the fun. Let's see if I can get... Nope, that's... Nope, there we go. Ow. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So yes, we're going to be getting rolling in that scope. We're going to put it up for the time being. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing fired up. Flight plans are available on our Discord. Well, my Discord and Two-Tone Murphy's Discord, if you'd like to fly along. Otherwise, the flight plan is in fact in the stream title. We are here at Kilo November Papa Alpha, which is Naval Air Station Pensacola. And our first stop will be at Kilo Mike Charlie Foxtrot, MacDill Air Force Base. We're going to be flying along the coast, so we're not flying direct, because that would be boring. There's just water. So we're going to go ahead and get in the cockpit. Over there for later. And we're going to go ahead and get this thing rolling. Master switch.
Power.
Avionics switch on. Beacon on. Fuel, ignition. Those things. Steps. And remove, safe, move, and just gonna squat VFR. Sure those are good. Nope, can't turn that on just yet. So, start the engine, hit that, let that sit for a couple seconds. And starter. Turn on our MFDs. PUD coming on. Okay, check our engine. RPM coming up. PR. Okay, reset our hydraulics. That should be a good start. Okay, that's 8. Nope. HSI. Auto. CDI. Turn on comm radios. Nav radios. Formation lights are on. Nav lights on. Making sure we're all good to go. Yep, check, check, check. Things are looking good. Bring the flaps and slats in. We've got our cargo pod underneath. And we're going to start taxiing towards the runway. Parking brake comes off. Rolling. All right. Go ahead and close the canopy. Good luck. And we're just taxiing to the runway. Not gonna lie, with all the lights, this is kind of nice. So we are also on the Join FS, or the Two-Tone Murphy Join FS server. Anybody is welcome to join in. I thought at first that was watching the international stations. No, I decided to pull a Murph, but I one-upped him. I've got the flight suit and gloves. He hasn't done that yet. But we are indeed getting ready for some carrier action once we get the F-14. And what better aircraft to do it in than a naval training jet? Now the T45C is available. Ooh, we got somebody there. Who do we got? It looks like a 339. Mart 362 is here. Good to see you. Necro Bob says I'd really look like a massive pro pilot. It's all a sham. It's all about looking cool. Well, don't hit it too hard. That'll bloody up your fingers there, JW. And we are running scattered clouds because we were going to run live weather, but there's a bit of a tropical storm running through the area, so that wasn't going to work awfully well. Goblin Zeus is loading up the 339, roger that. No, the T45C by India Fox Echo it's really well done. Get to the hold short line here a second and put on the parking brake. Kind of show it off a little bit. So we're going to stop here. So not only do we have the pilot's seat, if you go here, we go to the co-pilot. We have a fully functional rear cockpit. That's just like the front cockpit, just in the back, and no HUD. Roger, Kingsman. So we've got that. And just outside, it's just a nice looking plane. It's not super fast, but it's very well suited for carrier training. The sounds are really nice. The sound, even the system sounds are really nice. I'm not gonna fly from this seat though. That's fuel. I want camera pilot. Go to plant pilot. So we go back to the front seat. I've not got the opportunity to buy the T45 for now. It's a nice buy. It's not that expensive. So we'll wait here for a minute for some folks. Get our plane ready to go. Check our trim. The trim up. I see a March 362 on the ramp. Bodme with the follow. Many thanks. Hope you enjoyed the stream. We're just waiting for a couple of folks to get in, and then we'll be taking off and heading towards MacDill Air Force Base in Florida on our way for some carrier op training down in Key West. That Mark 362 zooming his way. So we got a Kingsman in. Roger. Can't trap you with my closest carrier in Norfolk. Catch that through. I wish there was a carrier in Norfolk. So the Hard Deck Simulations carrier add-on puts 5 carriers in the world: Dubai, Gibraltar, New York, Key West, and San Francisco. And we're going to be going down to Key West. Okay. All right. Let's get going for our first takeoff. I don't care for those in particular because they've made them way too big. Way bigger than they should be. So we're going to stop here. That and they add carriers in weird places. So there's the crouch. Release the brakes. Rolling, 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 rolling. Nose up. Lift off. Positive rate gear coming up. Uh-oh. Big plane had an engine failure. You flying but don't have paywork carriers and don't spend money. Okay. Alright, so now we come down here, check the... Yep, we're tracking the next one. No, it's the middle leg. I need that. So we need a heading course 0303. So heading 3 course 083. We've stabilized in flight, so we're going to try to keep her about 300 knots indicated. Alright, we've stabilized. We've got a mart. I really can't see very well with this. There's Kingsman. There's Druid. Let's see. Auto. And it gives you a lot of good information on the MFDs. Aircraft. Menu. And I don't know what half of this stuff really does, but hey, it looks cool. Just, a bit of a Picard maneuver. Hey, Arctic, how you doing? Hey, not a problem, dude. Hope you're doing well. Very nice. Thank you, sir. I figured if we're going to do some carrier training, we might as well look the part. We're here in the T-45C Hawk from India Fox Echo. Very nicely done model. I did. We will be using the Hard Deck Simulations carrier module. In fact, once we get down to Key West, that's where we'll be doing some carrier training. Yeah, no, it's tons of fun. And it's a heck of a challenge. You know, I'm not going to lie, this is a little warm. So we're about over our first waypoint, which is, I believe, what is it? It's an Air Force base. Eglin Air Force Base. Just breathe. So we're going to be flying just to the south of MacDill Air Force Base. Now there's a big firing range, or air range. Right, air firing range up in this area. Behind the clouds. There's Eglin. Glad you enjoy them, dude. Yeah, they've got a good selection of that stuff on Epidemic that I've really been enjoying. Okay, that's our first turn. And that's automatically selected the third waypoint. So we need to change course to 116. So heading 116, enter. Course, oops, clear. 116, enter. Nope. Let's see, heading 116, enter. Course 116, enter. There we go. So we'll make a turn to the right. There's Jesus out over the Gulf of Mexico. Still have eyes on Kingsman and Mart. Alright, we're gonna hide me for a second. Oh, I muted my mic, of course. So you may, those of you, especially in Europe, may recognize this as the British Aerospace Hawk. However, it's been highly modified for use in the U.S. Navy for carrier operations and training. So the most notable difference you'll find is the tailhook. Two-Tone Murphy, the legend himself, is gifting 10 Tier 1 subs to the community, you mad lad. Subs going out to Gibbo Ireland, SI120, See You Later, Papa Joe B, Espen74, Steve Solo UK, Captain Butters 1, A Terminators, 40 Gumble, and Draco Sensei. Many thanks, dude. That's unexpected and very kind of you. Danger Zone, indeed, Murph. How you doing? Hope you didn't miss out on the helmetage, Murph. I had to take it off because I practically have to disassemble my headset to get the helmet over, and it's very uncomfortable. But we're here getting ready for some carrier op training. You're all more than welcome to join us. We're on the East USA server. Oh, Murph, this isn't a jacket. This is the full flight suit, my dude. And these are legit surplus flight gloves. So it has real leather on the palms. And I can still use my phone. Okay, so we're making our next turn. Turn, and we need to go 106. So, course 106. Heading 106. So Murph, I hope you've been practicing with the T-45 and the F-14 getting ready for Thursday. Would really like to see you flying with us. See Mahoney in an F-35B. See Zeus, Drew Zeus down there. Still have eyes on Kingsman. Mark seems to have disappeared. That's unfortunate. Could be the servers. Warhamster is in. Good to see you, my dude. Hope you're well. Hope you enjoyed your trip to Cornwall. As Kingsman was also in Cornwall. Hope you both enjoyed that area. Never been there. Go to the left more. Now, if it's a popular destination, that explains why it's busy. So yeah. I've seen a goblin. Yep, very busy. Managed to avoid most of the busy places. So right on, right on. I see a Steve Solo. I see a Two-Tone Murphy. Honestly, Hammy, I can't find any fault with it. I mean, other than my only gripe's the HUD, but I feel like they're gonna change that to being HTML made instead of XML, because with it being XML right now, you get the weird blurring when you move it quickly. But the F-15 had that, but they switched that from XML coding to HTML, and it fixed it right off the bat. So I would imagine that this will get an update at some point. Beyond that, there's not really anything functionally broken with the T-45 that I can tell. Right on, Kozaki. That's fine, just not fun for me. Oh, that's fair. The more I've flown it, the more I've gotten to enjoy it. Joe for Style is now following. Many thanks, dude. Muse fans in the house, how are you, my friend? Hope you're well. Ooh, they slapped Murphy up at 20,000 feet. I see a whack-a-mole. Level out here. Wendy, I can fly! Funny story about that, Murph, that you've mentioned it. So yesterday I had to take a drug test as part of an employment process, I have to take a drug test. Sat in a waiting room for 2 hours just to, put something in a cup. And luckily, in the waiting room, they're playing Hook, starring Robin Williams. So at least it was bearable to a certain degree. Couldn't see it, but I could hear it. SJ Flight 2, not that I'm aware of. It does have a nice set of avionics, though. Honestly, I think it's really well done. I see Kingsman sneaking up. Let's see, so let's check menu, engine. So we're doing okay on fuel. We'll refuel when we get to MacDill. Engine seems to be doing okay. So this is a mirror of the HUD info. Oh, I'm not cold at all. I'm so cold, I'm cool. No, I had to break out the flight jacket, gloves, and I had the helmet on. And it was actually quite warm. Menu, wait. And up. Yeah, what's that? I don't know what I just did. I'm not going to play around with things because I'll probably break it. So we're flying over the panhandle of Florida. We're going to be, there's a Murph. Look at me, Wendy, I can fly. Whee! Let me tell you, the weather's been a lot nicer the last couple of days. It's cooled down. I actually was able to have my window open last night, and I slept the best that I've slept in months. Weird gray cockpit bug? I don't know, Hammy. Spitfire RAF 100's in the house. Good to see you, dude. Hope you're well. Let's see, where are we over now? That's so this is Carabelle Thompson. We're kind of flying over right now. We're going to be flying over the Appalachie Bay. Captain Spitfire's here. Good to see you as well. See a Eurofighter up ahead, a couple of them. So, fun fact, they thought about when the U.S. Navy was in the process of determining what they were going to get for a new trainer, they almost went with a Eurofighter. But they determined that it was going to take way too much modifying and manufacturing, essentially. The logistics weren't conducive to modifying the Eurofighter for naval capability per U.S. Navy requirements, and they ended up going with the Hawk. Just over Dog Island. If you want to try a VTOL landing, try a VTOL landing. Kingsman, Muse Fan, Druidzu, Steve Solo, Whack-A-Mole. I wonder what happened to Mart. And to that, what happened to Murph? It's the server bug. I am also on the Just Flight. Yeah, I'm on that. The Join FS, the Two-Tone Murphy Join FS server. At least I should be. Yep. I see a Whack-A-Mole and I see myself. So I was having some issues with Join FS the last couple of streams, but between Thursday and today, I actually upgraded to the latest version. So here's hoping that so far it's doing okay. You know, knock on wood and all. Just a little bit. We're gonna. Well, this one won't be locked on with. There. Will hide me and take advantage of the music. That's not very fitting to the mood. Can't say that really is either. A good showcase of some of the best jets available for Microsoft Flight Simulator at current. We have the T-45C Hawk, Goshawk, the F-15 Eagle, and the MB-339. So I try to... Yeah, and I get that, Mahoney. It's very incredibly frustrating. Okay, making a right turn. With more. Awesome formation flying. So we do have the one and only Two-Tone Murphy, and then we have the voice of the Thunderflies, Steve Solo UK. And of course, we have the founder of the Thunderflies, Hammy. Okay, we're going to be leveling out here. Maybe a little left bank. Cannot wait for the F-14 to come out on Thursday. Add that to the formations. There goes Hammy. And that's how you make an entrance in one easy step by Two-Tone Murphy. You just don't get this in DCS, folks. Last stages of a French Newport 40. Yeah, that looks interesting. That's true, EL, but I'm much happier with this. Missile combat does nothing for me, and for dogfighting, I've got IL-2. It's a learning curve, but I think it's fun. Jay Winokur flies it a lot, and he seems to enjoy it. All right, folks, we're going to get ready for a left-hand turn. It's going to be a fairly drastic one. We're going to be turning to 167 degrees. Let's level up before we do that. So we're going to do heading 167, enter. Course 167, enter. So I'll make the turn as gentle as possible so as not to upset the wonderful formation flying. Look at that. I have I have Battle of Stalingrad and Cliffs of Dover. Okay, beginning right turn. To course 167 degrees. I mean, I like it. You can get IL-2 for cheap when they have sales. You can tell that it's dated in a lot of ways, but I still think it holds up fairly well. Definitely doesn't have the looks of this. Rolling out. So far, I would probably prefer Cliffs of Dover. It has clickable cockpits in it, and is by far the easiest to set up controls for. The downside is the clouds are probably the weakest thing about it. There's a lot of good things about Cliffs of Dover, but that's probably the one. Battle of Stalingrad was a bit complicated to set up. Oh, jeez. R. Singleton, this is the T-45C Hawk from India Fox Echo. We're getting ready to we're on our way to MacDill Air Force Base. Do a quick land, refuel, and from there we'll head to Key West for some carrier training. Night for 6 you can get up to date for modern systems at GOG. Yeah, that F-15 is going to struggle at these lower speeds. That's at 300. That's kind of on the envelope. So Whitaker says also looking IL-2 this morning. They have a 66% off sale. Premium package is $30 standard. Dude, get it while it's cheap and give it a shot. I have, like I said, I've got Battle of Stalingrad and Cliffs of Dover, and I think I like Cliffs of Dover more. A, because it's Western Front, specifically Battle of Britain, and it's Spitfires, Hurricanes, and Messerschmitts and Focke-Wulfs, and it's just more along the lines of the Russian stuff never really fully interested me, and like Battle of Stalingrad and whatnot focuses a lot on the Eastern Front. Oh dear. The formation. Oh, it's doing weird things. Flight miles. I couldn't say. I've never flown DCS anything. I'd say they handle rather well. You fly it wrong, you'll spin out. You get red out, you get black out. I'm reasonably sure there's gray out. It supports head tracking, although Cliffs of Dover doesn't seem to natively support VR. Bowden plot for the Western Front. Yeah, I'm thinking about picking that one up too at some point. But yeah, I couldn't honestly compare it to DCS anything because I've not flown it. Other than IL-2 and DCS, I don't think there really are at the minute. At least as far as continuously developed ones. I think those are really the two main bets. I know that a lot of there's add-ons for IL-2 where it actually combines it actually kind of gets in sort of a War Thunder scenario where you have people in tanks and people in planes, and you know, playing in the same server essentially. So but it's definitely not War Thunder, so it's actually good. Alright, let's check out fuel. Engine, good quantity. Yeah, we'll definitely refuel once we get to MacDill. Oh dear. Everybody blinked. Now Hammy's in a 339. Now behind everyone. They really did a phenomenal job on the model. So they have it where you can add hard points like pylons to the wings as well as the center line. The downside is they didn't add any munitions to them, so it looks kind of weird just having empty pylons on the wings. So typically I'll only add the cargo pod on the center line. But I think they did a phenomenal job with this model. There's another laggy. WA NASCAR just had a monthly road at Causeway, raised Kirby on the road course, above for go races like that. Oh dear. Your Green Air War for Low G, yeah. I mean, if we're talking about old school stuff, I was huge into the Microsoft combat simulators. Unfortunately, they're no longer developed and supported. They've been thoroughly abandoned for a long time now. Yeah, Kingsman, there's... Just Flight is working on a T-1A Hawk. That is the actual British aerospace version. Not the Hawk modified for the U.S. Navy. I have no idea when that would be coming out, but I would imagine it wouldn't be terribly long from now. I'd probably give it weeks, but I'm not in the know, so who knows? Oh, for sure, Kingsman. Yeah, it was originally modified by McDonnell Douglas, who then got bought out by Boeing. Got soaring AJ and Kingsman over there. I see a Muse fan. Here's Mahoney. Hey! How you doing, soaring AJ? We're on our way to... we're going to make a stop quick at MacDill Air Force Base on our way to Key West. Yeah, live weather's not good. I looked at the weather before starting the stream. Hey, Brazenhead with the 10-month subscription. How you doing, my dude? Cheers to you. So I was looking at the live weather and decided that it was no good for the flight, so we're running scattered clouds. Brazenhead, no, this is a T-45C Goshawk. Yep, for the U.S. Navy. Murph's gone inverted, keeping up international relations. They use the British aerospace version, yes. It has some subtle differences between the Goshawk and the T-1A Hawk. The T-1A Hawk for British aerospace isn't set up for carrier ops, essentially. That's the main difference. Oh, well, that's interesting. Oh, I need to do a thing. Yeah, I think they were. I don't know about last year. Maybe in 2019, because of, you know, the thing. Well, hello, Tampa. We're over you. I think. It may be a little bit north of Tampa yet. The event that shall not be named. It's like a little more. Yeah, kind of. Okay, I gotta go a little bit to the right. Nice. Somewhere I used to have the box of Jane's F-15. And there goes Hammy. There's Steve Solo. Muse Fan. Hammy. Druid. I think Murph is pressing buttons. Alright, so I haven't landed with the gloves on, so I'm not gonna risk it. So we're gonna go there. No, I don't think it did. Okay, so we need to drop some altitude. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep the throttle the way we are. We're going to go up, raise the nose a bit. Be warned for maneuvers. I'm going to go inverted. Oh dear. And that is how you lose altitude without pulling negative G's. So we need to go to the right. We're going to land from the east facing west, so we need to kind of follow the bay here a little bit. Start thinking about throttle reduction. And the Thunderflies are champs. You know, any kind of maneuver and they'll manage to stay on your wing. Starting to slow down. Not very good landing music. That doesn't really fit either. Man, I cannot catch a break. Need good music landing. Landing for music. Music for landing. No. Give this one a go. So we're going to land on this peninsula. Yeah. Runway is right here. Speed brake a little bit, get her under 200. Okay. Landing gear down, 1 notch of flaps. Maintain about 155. Mainly using trim to keep us on, keep our pitch constant. Alright, we've got the rabbit. Have the rabbit. And what? Second notch of flaps. Use trim to compensate. This is definitely insanely easier in VR. Okay, we start a nice right bank. Here's the runway. Okay, we're a little high on the glide slope, we're a little to the right. Hush up, computer. Hush. Well, it's certainly music. Spoilers out. Hard idle. Alright. Start tapping on the brakes. I think we have a turnoff coming up here. Okay, clean up the airplane, flaps up, spoilers in. Okay, strobes off, we're off the runway. Okay, parking brake set. Turn the camera out. There's Kingsman down. Runway 23. Open for landings. at your leisure. We got a druid in. There's Soaring AJ. There's a Halo Hogtacular in a hawk. Uh-oh, it looks like Soaring AJ may have had an issue? Maybe not. Whoops. Now that's the downside to FSX imports, is they don't have complete functionality and lots of bugs. We are at Kilo Mike Charlie Foxtrot MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa Bay, near Tampa Bay, Florida. So we'll see if we got have any more landings coming in. We usually do as soon as I turn the camera. There's MuseFan and USA PR1. Squadron Spitz the gas field. Yes. That sounds like a thing I want to help make do. And I'm pretty sure I could convince Jay Winokur to help. All right. Roger. So, I left you here. We're going to quick refuel. Because, yep, we need it. So we're back to where we were. That's good to go. Let's see if we can get that a little closer to... No. So, parking brake off. Now this is where things start getting spicy. Not only is this the shortest leg of the flight overall, this is also the point at which we're going to get to carrier ops. So we're taxing out a little bit more power than that. No worries, Kingsman. But there is an airport within 3 nautical miles of the carrier, so don't feel like you can't fly. There is a place to land. In fact, that is Naval Air Station Key West, which is Kilo November Quebec X-ray. The carrier that we're going to use is just 3 nautical miles out. As Captain Seppi is raiding, many thanks for the raid, my dude. How'd your flight go? I was watching a little bit of it before I was getting ready for mine. Hey, Airlock Doc, how you doing? So we're flying the T-45C Goshawk, we're taxiing at MacDill Air Force Base on our way to Naval Air Station Key West. We landed, got bear and skinny dipping and chocolate. Nice. I'm gonna guess bear is supposed to be beer. Well, if you're in the tropics, man, you gotta go with pina coladas and it's that silly autocorrect, always changing things. Alright. Left here. Well, there you go. Alright. I'm doing pretty good. How are you, my dude? Alright, we're going to get to the runway and then we're going to wait for folks to... Okay, we're across the whole chart lines. Strobe lights activating. One notch of flaps down. Check trim. Ooh, I hope it's a tasty burger. Get lined up on the center line. Bring down the numbers. Hold the toe brakes. Aw, yeah. That is a tasty burger. So we got Goshawk to our left there. Alright. You have a good one, Captain Sebi. Enjoy your burger. Brakes released. Okay, and we're up. Positive rate. You're coming up. That's right, Sep. I was wearing the full helmet and gloves earlier, but it was getting a little uncomfortable warm. As Jack Zale with the follow. Many thanks, dude. Hope you enjoy the stream. So we're going to reduce power already. We're going to do a left-hand orbit of the field. Where I have to juggle. Muse fans rolling. Jay Wynn's down there on the Rampage. So this is MacDill Air Force Base. I think it's home to KC-135s. Or at the very least is an air refueling, home of an air refueling wing. You see Kingsman. You can really see the layout of the base. There's someone down there. That's Druid. Kingsman's rolling. There's Steve Solo rolling. There's Kingsman. Steve Solo's up. There's Whack-A-Mole still down there. Jay Wynn's taxing out. He's in an F-15. He'll be able to catch us easy. Alright, so where are we? So we need to enter in course 159er. So course 159 enter. Heading 159 enter. We'll have that all up to date. Beautiful, beautiful weather over Florida. Sadly, it's not live weather, as the live weather's a little tropical stormy. So, not real conducive to fun flying. Dropped a course there at last, ugly, but I'll take it. Hey, as long as you're down, you're down. Okay, so we need to track a little bit more to the left. Now we can see that marker line on our ADI. Roll out. From there we can start adjusting our trim for cruise. So that we're flying as level as possible. And thus we continue our journey. I see a Wombat, Muse fan, Steve Solo, Kingsman, Druid Zeus, Halo Hogtacular. There's Mahoney. Jay Winneker's still down there. Beautiful, beautiful flight sim. There's Halo Hogtacular. Dude's going all out, isn't he? Almost seems a bit too fast for a Hawk. Go a little to the right. So we're cruising at roughly 248 indicated. Ground speed of 281. Trying to keep it at less than 10,000. Need to track right just a little bit. Let's see. That's 88 miles. Keep going right. Sorry, it just means we're going to cut the corner just a little bit. That's fine. There's Halo Hogtacular finally caught up with us. There's Jay Winokur. The gang's all here, as it were. I believe that was Druid. There's Kingsman. Left just a little bit. Florida's pretty dang beautiful, isn't it? If it weren't for all the alligators, mosquitoes, hurricanes, snakes, just other general things that want to eat you. Oh yeah, Florida man. The most dangerous thing in Florida is the Florida man. So, fun game. Type in your birth date in Google and with Florida man at the end of it and see what pops up. On this date, Florida man did this. One reason or another, we keep drifting west. We don't want to get too far west. There's the Kingsman. So when we get down to Key West, here's the plan. We're going to do a landing at Naval Air Station Key West. We're going to check out the scenery there. We're going to have just a look around, see what it looks like, and see the awesomeness that I can't remember the name of the doves, but it's a third-party scenery. So, Sky Designers made scenery for the Naval Air Station Key West that we're going to see. After we give that a nice look, we'll take off, check out and then we'll, pardon me, my goodness. Words, yes. So we'll check out NES Key West. I'm repeating myself an awful lot, but that's just because my brain's Swiss cheese. We'll check out Key West, look at the scenery. After that, we will... Those of you that have the carrier add-on, we'll do some quick carrier ops. Then we'll refuel and get ready to go, and we'll make our way from Key West all the way to Jacksonville. Now, one thing I don't think people realize about fighter combat, and this goes back even to the war, a lot of flying in a fighter plane of sorts, more often than not, you get 8 hours of flying, or at least in the modern age, it's like 8 hours of boredom for 15 minutes of terror when you're actually engaging targets. Most of the time, you're just flying. So it's a lot of this. You get your takeoff, you get your landing, but it's a lot of this, and then you get, a small window where there's actually anything happening. And in the modern day, aerial combat isn't what it used to be. It isn't what it was. There's not really dogfighting like you'd think, like there was during the war. Yeah, it's missile warfare. Missile warfare, you're 25 miles out from your target, and they don't see it coming. Yeah, and so it's even more boring than World War II combat could be. At least with World War II combat, you had a lot more dogfighting, even in Korea and to a lesser extent Vietnam. It's just, there's really not as much going on as people want to think. We see all the action shots in the newsreels and all that fun stuff. But by and large, there's just a lot of flying straight and level, keeping an eye out for bad guys. It's not it's overall not as exciting as it seems. Nice. Whew, it's warm. Now there's an airport near here that I remember Murph landed at when the F-15 first came out. And I have vague memories of him making a ham of it. So we're coming up on our next turn, I believe. Nope, we got a Y yet. Never mind. Don't listen to me. I only made the flight plan. That doesn't mean I have a clue of what I'm doing. It's just it just means somebody left me unattended, and yes. Not shut down by an air train can be. Yeah, but that's, you know, that's beyond the basic of takeoff in jet, engage target for short time, return to base. You know, modern air combat isn't quite as thrilling as, you know, Top Gun or other movies or even the news make it out to be. It's pretty boring for the most part. It seems like we keep catching all of the big clouds. Gotta admit, it's pretty cool to see all these jets in the flight. As I just ruined everything. We got an HCBR now. HCBR with the wing wave. So we do a wing wave back. So many jets in the skies. Wasn't it in a Bond film? Maybe? I couldn't say with 100% honesty or truth. Jay Winokur went for top cover in the F-15. Okay, there's Kingsman down yonder. 12,000 feet. We want to kind of go the other way around. Gosh, it's been a long time since I've seen Die Another Day. Now, once we're done with the carrier ops and checking out the Naval Air Station Key West, when we're on our way to Jacksonville, we're gonna pump up the throttle a little bit. I think general cruise speed of this is just shy of 400 knots indicated. And we're going a little over half that. But for now, we're going to let the music do the talking. Many thanks, Ready. Ready? I can't speak. Alright, so we can update our course and heading to course 180. Heading 180. Seems our So what big plans does everyone have for the week? I know that tomorrow we'll be flying with Murph on the final leg of the Modern Wonders of the World tour. And I believe it's in the Great Wall of China with scenery provided by Jepson 2001. There's a Jay Winnicard. Well, that doesn't sound exciting at all, Muse fan. How are you gonna balance that out, Muse fan? I have not yet come up with the rest of my stream schedule for the week. But rest assured, Thursday is going to be dangerous, as it were. So long as nothing changes. By doing as little as possible. Nice. It's that old saying, you gotta do what you gotta do. Once again. Hardback trim nose down. And if saxophone doesn't get you moving and you're toe tapping, I don't know what will. I might be going camping with some old Army vets. That sounds exciting. I haven't gone proper camping in a long time. Most camping I've done recently has been related to doing a reenactment. So it doesn't quite count as real camping. So actually today's August 15th, which is on the date of the exact 1 year anniversary of Two Tone Murphy streaming Microsoft Flight Simulator. So it'd only be right if I told you the story of how I SJ Fly 2. Yes, I do. I do World War II reenacting for the 5th Rangers Easy Company and for Dog Company 506th Parachute Infantry Regiment of the 101st Airborne. But it would only be right to tell the story of how I found Murph's channel. So it was a week before Microsoft Flight Simulator released. And I'm deciding, well, I'm trying to do this streaming thing, and I've got this brand new PC that I just built a few months ago. Let's stream some flight sim. And at the time, all I had, oh, look at him! Look at him! And the fun part about being in a jet is we can actually see them. They're not just zipping by. Hey, Two Cats, how you doing, my friend? So there I was. Somebody just zipped in. I'm doing pretty well, just telling the story of how I found Two Tone Murphy's channel, because it was on this date 1 year ago that he started streaming Microsoft Flight Sim, which we celebrated this past Friday. So there I was with a new PC, knowing that the new Microsoft Flight Sim was due to release in the next week. So I decided, well, I'll start streaming this old FSX because it's all I've got, and, well, it's something. I started trolling Twitch, and by trolling, just, like a browsing. Trolling in the sense of browsing, not trolling in the sense of the internet. So I started browsing through the different Twitch streams for flight sims, and it was just tube liner, X-plane, tube liner, And then I found this little small channel with a handful of viewers with the title Touring Ireland, or something to that effect. And I could see he was not only in a GA plane, but specifically this streamer was in the Cessna 172 with steam gauges, which had me instantly intrigued. I started watching the channel, seeing the tour, just seeing the sites that there were in Ireland. And the more I saw, the more I'm just like, I like the cut of this guy's jib. Seems pretty level-headed. Boy, was I in for a surprise. And then found out the gumption to actually start commenting and said, hey, there's a lot of this area that looks a lot like my home place. And that was the start of it. 1 year later, Murph has achieved so much and has done so much for a lot of people in that 1 year of streaming this particular flight sim. He's been the head of a community that's grown at an exponential rate, full of wonderful people and just good fun. And he's such a wonderful dude. He doesn't take any credit, which Murph, take some credit sometime. You deserve to take the credit. But he's headed up such a great community, and he's done such wonderful things. He's done a number for me. And so yeah, happy 1 year anniversary of streaming Microsoft Flight Sim, Murph, and I can't wait to see all the shenanigans we get up to in the next year and more. Dang, Papa Joe. Sounds like they should not use the Indy road course anymore. Because it sounds like it's too much trouble. Oh, roger that, Mahoney. "100% Kingsman." He's done the same for me. Although I never saw the wig coming. He put that on one Friday night and I'm like, oh no, what's going on? And I thought, no, this is just a one-time thing. It'll never last. Here we are months later and he's still doing it. And I don't think he's washed that thing. He's going to pull it out one Friday and it's going to, start, yelling at him. But Murph's such a good dude, and this community has been huge. This has been the best community ever of all time. It's big league. Trust me, I know. I've seen lots of communities, and this is by far the best. And I know quality when I see it. But in all seriousness, thank you, Murph, for streaming Flight Sim and doing what you do. It's done a lot of wonderful things for a lot of people. I love having the Join FS thing because it instantly doubles the numbers of Thunderflies. So we need to check on our fuel, see how we're doing there. We're good. We may not have to refuel it all. But we will be landing at Naval Air Station Key West, runway 27. Checking out the scenery and then getting ready for the carrier ops. Two cats. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a... We love you too, Kingsman. We're very glad to have you here. EK, yes, it is Microsoft Flight Simulator, streamed from the PC. Yes, indeed, Epic. Well, see, let's take MuseFan for example. So the front plane is the plane on the Microsoft server. The plane trailing directly behind him is JoinFS. So it kind of, it's just a little kind of goofy, but the JoinFS has been more stable than Microsoft servers, and it doesn't have the people blinking out problem. I don't think I'll get the F-14. Wasn't too happy with the SJ Fly 2. The F-15 got really good after the last update, and the F-14 so far looks phenomenal. Remind me on the card for... We can certainly try, my friend. I'm certainly not the best at the formation flying. I can do okay at the lead, but I need a lot of practice, and I'm especially coming up here soon. I'm not going to have the time to practice, unfortunately. But that F-14 is going to be amazing. You know, the Flying Fabio put it through its paces, and he was impressed by it. And he's not someone that's going to shy away from, you know, bringing up the negatives without, you know, just to please somebody. You know, Murph took it out for a spin, and he had a big old grin on his face and had a heck of a time flying it. Too long to be... Well, that's certainly fair. That looks amazing. I'm using the Hard Deck Simulations Carrier add-on. No, the Kingsman, the Top Gun add-on will be from Asobo, and that won't hit until November. Kind of to coincide with the movie release. There's a freeware carrier add-on, but I don't really care for it. It just, the carriers they add them in weird places, and they've had to scale them up so they're not a realistic size, and that kind of bugs me. Alright, so we got to start thinking about landing. We're getting here. We can see the islands of Key West. I believe Key West International is right there. And here is Naval Air Station Key West. See, I don't use the Touching Cloud add-on because I already have the Hard Deck Simulations, and I don't touch the freeware carriers. It's too iffy for me, in my opinion. I don't really fly New York. New York doesn't really interest me all that much, if I'm honest. So we're gonna pull power back a little bit. Get that nose up. Start reducing speed. Right on. So what we're going to do is we're going to fly out past, get a quick aerial look of the carrier, Then we'll land at Naval Air Station Key West. Check out the scenery there. And those of us with the Hard Deck Simulations carrier add-on will get ready for some carrier ops. Nice. Okay, so we're going to be landing on the runway and coming down that way. Not that you saw any of that, because of the camera. There's the carrier. Thunderflies. So there's the Naval Air Station. We're going to be landing on runway 27. I'm going to do a quick loop around the carrier. There it is. And now we get ready for landing. So we're at 190. Yeah, but that would be way too easy. Where's the fun of that? You know, it's like when John F. Kennedy was talking about going to the moon. We don't do it because it's easy, but because it's hard. There's no satisfaction in easy. Let's add in a little bit. What song is this? Thunder. Need more power. Oh dear. Get that notch flat. Last notch of flaps out. Words. Yeah, but why would you want to? Alright, so there's the runway. I guess it's runway 26. Excuse me. Speed brakes out. Touchdown. Throttle idle. Keep the nose up for as long as possible. Let it come down. Yeah, it's a bit of a fuel hog. Alright. Bring up the airplane in a second. Alright, off to the side here. Parking brake. There's the Thunderflies. That silly thing where you can't move the cursor at the same time as you're moving the drone. Runway 26 is open for landings. That seems like Jay Winokur had some issues. That's a bummer, Kingsman. That's negative there, Mahoney. They're sorting AJ down. Nicely done. Thunder flies on approach. Nope, I never saw it once. There's Jay Winokur and the Eagle. There's Muse Fan. That would probably be it, and I'm not real inclined. I can't tell if Atomic... Not sure if that Hawk's with us and coming in or not. Miss Fan landed at the wrong airport. Whoopsie! Well, it looks like Atomic is coming in. Atomic Terror Pig. Okay then. Okay then. So we'll check out their landing if they ever show. There they are. Hope you got your landing gear and flaps out. Yep. So, we're going to check out the scenery real quick for Naval Air Station Key West. It's also the home of a Coast Guard Air Station, which will come up on first. So up here, got some hangars. There's a couple of Jayhawks, so the Navy version of the Black Hawk, as well as one of the Coast Guard, U.S. Coast Guard Black Hawks. Alright, I think the Coast Guard uses a Jayhawk and the Navy uses a Seahawk. Got a turboprop there. Fire trucks. Awesome tower. We got a couple of guys saluting each other. Of course, you have the base itself. You've got a static F4 Phantom. Neatly models most of the base. But over here is where it gets interesting. So on runway 14 and 7, they have carrier training areas. So they've got a runway set up like the landing area of the carrier right here, complete with lights and everything. But then here is where you have the LSO lights. Now, they don't quite work like you think they would, but it looks cool. It'd be cool if they did add the functionality. It's possible they will. Here you got fuel trucks. And then here is where it gets real detailed. You have MH-53s here on the ramp. And then you have some static F-18s. And not only that, but we have an E2 Hawkeye, or C2 Hawkeye, or Greyhound maybe. Static model. And then you have a slew of F5s. F5 Tigers, I believe, in aggressor colors for training. The F5 is also the plane that was used for the MiG-28s in the original Top Gun. Fun fact. And if we wander over this way, there'll be more F-18s in the hangar. So it's a pretty cool scenery. If you hit exclamation point scenery, you'll get a link to both the Naval Air Station Key West scenery and the hard deck simulations add-on. See a goose parked up for the Coast Guard, a couple of BN2s. And now we'll give a quick look of the carriers. We're going to move the camera a little bit faster. So just 3 nautical miles off the coast, we have the carrier by Hard Deck Simulations. Complete with 2 escort ships. So look at the blue. That's just a sapphire blue. They've got the carrier deck smattered with some FA-18s, including a Super. I'm sure I'll provide some comedy crashing myself, Hammy. So it's rather well done. It's a CVN 72 Abraham Lincoln. Key West of across of San Francisco and Mackinac Island. Yeah, a little bit. Technically, you could almost go inside, but no. So, no, 100% Jay Wigger. So the reason why I decided to pick this one is because it's really close to the airport. San Francisco, too far. Gibraltar, little too far for the purposes of this video. New York, I don't like New York. It's usually too busy there anyway. And Dubai, it's not really a good airport nearby. That, and nobody ever goes to Key West, which kind of confuses me. There's Druid Zeus in. So anyone with the carrier add-on, get it ready, because we're going to start practicing our carrier ops. I just got a random text. Alright, so we need to go to window capture, properties. So here we have the Hard Deck Simulations add-on window. So this is what makes the carrier landings possible. You can have it set to only launch from a catapult, or only launch when only trigger the landing with cables. And it gives you all the instructions. It gives you all the carrier locations. If you go up there, that's how you activate and get support. And so connect, and it automatically calculates your launch speed. So here on the runway, it won't, we don't need to have the whole time. So we're here. Whoa, what are you doing? Alright, so parking brake comes off, camera comes back on. Sleep well, Mahoney. Hey, Sergeant Staff, how you doing, dude? Oh, we're having tons of fun getting ready to do some carrier ops on the USS Abraham Lincoln near Key West in the good old T-45C Goshawk. Yes, it is, Sergeant Staff. For the Navy and Marine Corps. Okay, check our trim. Trim's neutral. It's up slightly. So now we're making our way to the runway because we're going to take off. And now we don't need to go fast because, well, the carrier's 3 nautical miles off the coast, so we don't really need to go fast. So this is the point of the stream where everybody gets to laugh and point at me like I'm some big silly face, which wouldn't be wrong. Now, an interesting thing is, Hard Deck Simulations is working on potentially adding an ILS frequency to their carriers to work with the ACLS in the F-14. And it would be cool to see something like that added to the T-45 to also work. Well, that's true, but we'd overshoot the carrier. We don't need to. It's right there. We get to go fast zoom once we finish our carrier ops. Oh no, Muse fan's recording. Oh dear. There we have the Thunderflies ready to go. Patiently waiting on myself. Can I say I was enjoying the scenery? There's Muse fan. So we're gonna slow her down a bit so we can turn around. It's 1 notch of flaps. That off for now. Alright. So we're lined up. Tilt brakes on. Advancing throttle. There's the crouch and release. Oh dear, do you not have the T-45 Muse fan? Okay. And we're up. So we're up. Ah, that would be why I show up as a Gigma. So yeah, the model matching is what it is. It's flight sim. Okay, so the airplane is clean. We're going to ignore that warning. Because we're just going to be on approach. So the carrier is right there. The hardest part about getting the carrier is finding the runway, which is where the ACLS and the F-14 Tomcat and have, if Hard Deck Simulations adds ILS to theirs, will make it so much easier. Okay, so nose down a bit, slide back a little bit. Keep an eye on carrier. Look at that blue, though. Okay, so we're here. First, uh-oh. I think flight sim's crashing. Ooh, that's a .NET issue. Well, at least it happened at a good time. That could have happened at a worse time, but it didn't. So we'll load up. We were prepared for this. Even if it is, which I don't think it is, I don't have the. I actually don't have the latest version of it. They pushed out an update the other night for the carrier add-on that I didn't download. So, and that's gonna. If it is the carrier module, it's just because I don't have the latest version. So it's not the module itself, it's just I have an outdated version. So don't blame the module, blame me for being dumb and not updating it like I should. Doesn't help that Microsoft had pushed a .NET framework update within the last few days. So who knows? I doubt that it's the module in the sense that I don't have the latest version of it. We'll let this load for a second while I do a thing. Goblin, make sure that you have the latest version of it. They pushed out an update for that very reason. Yeah, I'm not sure what version I'm running, Goblin, but I know I'm not on the latest one either. Or I'm not on the latest one anyway. You haven't missed anything other than I just had a crash desktop. Glad that the burger was tasty. Alright. So we get to go through the startup process once more. And I've put the helmet back on. Okay. Yeah, it could just be intermittent. The developer had a hard time replicating the problem to begin with, so it could just be a one-time issue. CDI. Bacon cheddar half pounder loaded with... Ooh. That sounds tasty. Nothing wrong with that, my friend. Alright, so... HUD on. Parking brake off. ADI. Alright. Alright. There's Granite Sky. Okay, us taxiing now. Oh, there you go, Sergeant Staff. So I'm gonna be a bit of a cheater and use this runway for takeoff. Okay. Go ahead. A little bit of a crosswind, but that's fine. And we're up. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to see it without that. So there's the carrier. Alright. We're connected. We are indeed Captain Seppi. And hopefully I can see what I'm doing. So first step first. Over the hook. Hook, hook, lower the hook. Check speed. We want it under 200 for gear. you're coming down, 1 notch of flaps. I've probably gone a little far out, so thank goodness Warhamster is where he is, because he's kind of telling this thing, this tinting, it's not the tinting that's bad, it's the curve that's not good, that distorts everything. Yeah, I might be channeling my inner Merlin right now. Or no, not Merlin, Cougar. Yeah, no. Talk to me, Cougar. That last notch of flaps out. Okay, I have the... Call the ball. I have the ball. Okay, I've got the strip, got the lines. Hooks down. We got a hammy there. We're low, we're low, we're low. Ooh, there's that crash. Huh. Yep, there it is. All right. Quit. So it is, in fact, the carrier module. That counts as a landing, though. So we're gonna go to get the updated version. Log in. Let's see. Downloads. I don't think that would have affected anything, Hammy. Let's see. So Goblin was on 1.6.1. The current version is 1.63. You know, Seppi, we all make mistakes. Sometimes it's, you know, more spectacular than others. Let's see, is this where I saved it this time or last time? Yes. Okay, Epic. The latest is 1.6.3 because it specifically addresses the CTD issue that just occurred. So I'm installing that real fast. Bear with me. It was good up until the sim just kind of freaked out. And went, no. It doesn't affect... The weird thing is, Epic, even the dev had a hard time getting the CTDs to happen. But he pushed out an update because he finally did. So that anybody with the CTD issue can update and it'll be fine. It should fix it. I didn't think I was going to need to update it, but because I wasn't having problems with it, but I just did, so I'm updating. Yeah, it was going to be so good. It was going to be so good. And then the sim was like, haha! So technically I did it with the helmet, so the helmet's coming off. Ah, yes. So let's try this once more with gusto. Technically, my landing counted. The downside is I didn't get to showcase the catapult. So we'll give it one more go. So again, I just want to make it clear. I was on an old version of the plugin that had reports of causing CTDs on landing with the Sim Update 5. And it's not necessarily a representation of the plugin itself, because it's been otherwise fine, and this is the first time that twice that it's happened to me. Twice? Yes. So, and I am now on the updated version, so it should be okay. If it's not, well, it might be the Key West scenery. So we're just waiting on the sim to reload. Yeah, we gave it what for, and it didn't know what to do with itself. Do, 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 do. All right, so here we go. So if having to try turning off AI traffic, deleting the rolling cache. Well, I can already tell you, rolling cache is off. I leave it disabled. Unless it's turning off all player settings. Well, some of that kind of defeats the purpose of having a multiplayer flight, but no, I believe it's directly related to an old version of the carrier add-on. Okay, so we want Key West to Jackson. And we're just going to start 2-6. Really? You stupid Microsoft Flight Sim Flight Planner piece of crap. You suck. Okay. Balance. Wow, really? Oh. And thank you. Okay.
Power.
Do 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 do. Do, do. Boop. 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 CDI. Parking brake in. We'll go this way this time. That didn't brighten anything up at all. Modules connected. I'm definitely not getting the stutters I was before, so that's a good sign. There's that. One notch of flaps. There's Epic. There's Kingsman, give us a send-off. Okay, there's the carrier. Alright, let's try this one more time. This time with feeling. So there's the hook down. Flap here. Oh, the sun. That's going to be an issue. Okay, so we're lined up. Full flaps, gears out, hooks down. Oh! Well, can confirm there is issues. So, what I think we'll do, due to the issues, I think we'll call it here. Want to check on a couple of things, and I really want to get the developer involved and show him what was happening. So, yeah, not the greatest way to finish it off, not the way I wanted to finish it off, but at least got to show off the Key West scenery and tried to show off the carriers. Not, hopefully they get something resolved. It's definitely a .NET error, but I do appreciate y'all coming along with me. Sorry it kind of fizzled out like it did. Let's see, who's online? Who can we raid? Let's see. Well, that would be too easy. So we're gonna do a raid. And we're going to raid. Now, let's see. The last time I tried to read him, he was almost done. Yeah, let's attack with it. So, glad everybody enjoyed it. Atomic Terror Pig with the follow. Many thanks, dude. Sorry about the finish. I'll get in touch with the developer, kind of show him, link him to the stream, the VOD, and say, hey, this is what happened at the same point every time, and give him the error that I was getting. So we're going to go ahead and raid Gripper Sim. Everybody, thanks so much for all the new follows, for the gift subs, for everybody flying along, being in the chat, or even just lurking. I really do appreciate it, and it does mean the world to me. Look forward to continuing streams this week, and until next time, be good to each other, stay safe out there, see you next time.